Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to Rockport. Trevor Mader with you. Little Thursday night volleyball in the Show Me State. What should be a fun 275 conference matchup between Mound City and Rockport. Two of the teams that will likely finish the year at the top of the 275 conference, at least on paper. They've got the returning talent to do so, and should be a fun one here tonight. As for the Rockport Blue Jays, last year they were up and down throughout the regular season, actually had a losing record going into the postseason, caught fire, and went on to make the state quarterfinals and returned a lot of pieces from that team. As for Mound City, they were one of the postseason victims to Rockport, losing in a district semifinal after beating them in two of the three regular season meetings. They also return a lot of talent, including one of the top hitters in Camayland, Missouri, in Miranda Rieger, and their setter, Maggie Osborne, and they've got the talent to have a good year. They're 1-0 on the year under Coach Sarah Osborne. As for Rockport, they have been busy so far this season, 6-1 on the season up to this point. They played at the Pony Express Invitational in St. Joe last weekend. They went 3-1. Their only loss was to Mid-Buchanan. They beat West Platte, Cameron, and Plattsburgh while they were there. They started their season with a sweep of Hamburg last week, and then they earlier this week beat Lafayette St. Joe on Monday, and a really good state-rated Falls City Sacred Heart team on Tuesday as well. So this is a Blue Jays squad, 6-1 of the year. They return, like I said, a lot of pieces from a team that made a dream run a year ago. And I know when I talked to Coach Stephanie Parsons earlier in the summer as they were getting ready for the season, they have expectations. You know, last year they kind of coined a slogan, play like Blue Jays, down the stretch of their postseason run. And she said that's going to be the emphasis from day one this year. As for Mound City, I'd imagine they're remembering that district semifinal loss to Rockport, and they are hoping to avenge that here tonight, as both teams about ready to get things going. Looking forward to this one. They're doing some sort of banner reveal here at Rockport. It looks like maybe recognizing what a great athletic year it was for Rockport in general. The girls track and field team won another state championship. We mentioned the volleyball team's quarterfinal success, while the girls basketball team went to a state semifinal. The boys basketball team reached a state quarterfinal. The football team reached a state quarterfinal. It was a great year of athletics for Rockport a year ago, and they're hoping they have another great year this year. Almost go time here at Rockport. Mound City Rockport about to collide in 275 conference volleyball action. We will step aside and have that covered your way here in a moment. KMA FM 99.1 Clarinda, Shenandoah.
Of our community begins with you. Your journey to a degree in healthcare starts at Iowa Western Community College. Take the pulse of high-demand healthcare careers in our state-of-the-art simulation center. A degree as a certified nursing assistant makes the rounds at our Iowa Western locations. In the waiting room in Council Bluffs, Clarinda, and Harlan is a practical nursing degree. Scholarships and tuition assistance are available. Good health in Southwest Iowa begins with you. Start your career in healthcare at Iowa Western Community College. Register at iwcc.edu.
Welcome back to Rockport. KMA FM 99.1 Clarinda, Shenandoah. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. Rockport Mound City Volleyball about to get off and running. Always love a 6:30-ish start. And let's tell you about the lineups that'll be on the floor for these teams. We begin with the Rockport Blue Jays under the guidance of head coach Stephanie Parsons. Taylon Amthor, Ella Meyerkorth will be out there along with Kinley Lair. Tatum Vogler will be their libero. Also keep an eye on Braylon Wood and Raylan Jenkins. Those will be key players in the rotation for the Blue Jays tonight. As for Mound City, Danica McDonald, Miranda Rieger. Also, you've got Maggie Osborne out there along with Elena Gillenwater. And we'll fill in Peyton Farr in the back row as well. We'll fill in the lineup as we get going. Let's see if I remember how to do this whole volleyball broadcasting thing. My first game of the year, we've had a couple of games on the airwaves. Derek Martin went to Johnson, Nebraska on Tuesday night, so we've covered all three KMA-land states this week between Iowa, Nebraska, and Missouri. Tried to find a Kansas game, but couldn't. No, I'm just kidding. So here we go, about ready to get things going. If you're watching on the video stream at home, first of all, thank you for tuning in. Rockport donning the blue jerseys, though, will be on the left side of your screen tonight. Mound City in the purple on the right side. It will be, looks like Sophie Bierman serving for Mound City, and we are off and running, and that serve is deep. And just like that, Rockport gets the first point of the night on a service here. So it's 1-0 Blue Jays. Here early in this one, the side out on the Rockport side. Raylan Jenkins out of the rotation. Taylor Amthor serving for Rockport. That serve is over and in. Pass in the front row. Here's a set left side Rieger. Dugout back row Braylon Wood. Bump by Vogler. Free ball sent over by Ella Meyerkorth. Just got across the tape. And it couldn't be played cleanly by Rieger as it hit the net and then rolled over onto the Mound City side. So give the point to Rockport, and it's 2-0 Blue Jays here early on. Stevie Gaines serving for the Blue Jays. Good serve is kept alive by Mound City. They'll return it back row, swing by Farr. Just got over the net. It stayed. No, it did not stay alive. Rockport tried to keep it alive, but they do not. Peyton Farr gets the kill. And Mound City is on the board. Maggie Osborne will serve for them now. Rayla Hufford is the libero for the Panthers, by the way. Here's the serve by Osborne. Right to left, it's an ace. Vogler tried to come up from the back row to get to it. Could not, and it's an ace for Maggie Osborne. It's a 2-2 first set through 4 points. Osborne, a right-handed server, will again go into the back row. Vogler down to a knee to get it. Bump by Gaines. Here's a swing left side Meyerkorth. It's deep on the Audrey Meyerkorth swing, and an attack error will give Mound City the lead at 3-2. So after Rockport scored the first two, the last three have gone to the Panthers, and they lead this set 3-2. Served by Osborne into the back row, popped up by Wood. They will set front row, Gaines to Lair. It's kept alive by Mound City. Sent over by Rieger into the back row, Wood. Ahead Gaines in the middle, Lair. Dug out by Bierman. Now here's a swing on the right side by Mound City. Dug out by Wood. Pass to Gaines. Ahead to Meyerkorth. Deep push into the back row. Played by Mound City. We're still going. Rieger tap block by Audrey Meyerkorth on the Rieger swing. And the first block of the night goes Rockport's way. No, they're going to flip it and say net violation. Hold the phone. They say Audrey Meyerkorth in the net on that. And it's a 4-2 Mound City lead. Last four to the Panthers. Osborne serve into the back row to Wood. Gaines will set right side. Tapped over by Ella Meyerkorth. Back row swing from Farr. Now Rockport trying to return it. They will with Lair. No, didn't get it over. Rieger had the block on the middle. Lair didn't get underneath it cleanly. It goes in the net, and it's a 5-2 Mound City lead. They've scored 5 in a row, and Maggie Osborne will continue to serve. Osborne with a jump serve is an ace. Vogler did not get a good read on it, let it go by her, and it was never in danger of going out. So 2 aces by Maggie Osborne in this sequence. And it's a 6-2 Mound City advantage. 6 in a row now for the Panthers. Osborne serving once again. Her jump serve into the back row to Wood. Gaines will set in the middle there. Taps it over the block, and a net violation. I think they got Rieger in the net. They did. And that stops what had been a 6-0 run for Mound City, and it's now 6-3. And Rockport will serve it with the freshman Presley Carlson. Her serve into the back row, played by Hufford. Pass ahead, Osborne setting middle, Rieger. It was sent back by Lair. Mound City scrambling. It's bumped by Farr. Flat-footed swing by Rieger. Played now by Rockport. They get it across with Meyerkorth. Cross-court shot finds a gap. And Audrey Meyerkorth gets the kill. And that'll prompt a Mound City timeout. So back-to-back points for Rockport. Volleyball, so much a game of runs, and we've seen that so far here early on in this one. 6-4 advantage Mound City, KMA FM.
grow your future with a bank that truly cares? Welcome to Malvern Bank, where we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in success. At Malvern Bank, we specialize in ag loans that help our local farmers thrive. Whether you're planting seeds for the future or expanding your current operations, we've got the financing solutions to help your farm flourish. So why wait? Visit us today and see how Malvern Bank can make a difference in your life. Together, let's grow our future. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Port Cam AFM 99.1, Clarinda, Shenandoah. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. 6-4 advantage Mound City in this first set. Mound City called a timeout moments ago. Rockport will serve. Presley Carlson serving for them. Tatum Vogler and Stevie Gaines also in the back row for the Blue Jays. Audrey Meyerkorth, Braylon Wood, and Kinley Lair looks to be the front row. Serve receive by Rayla Hufford. Not a good serve receive as the pass ahead is errant. And it'll be an ace for Carlson. And now back-to-back points for Rockport after the Presley Carlson ace, and now it's 6-5. Carlson firing the serve into the back row deep. I had a lot on it, and it's a service error to give the serve back to Mound City. And it's 7-5. Elena Gillenwater at the service line for the Panthers. Gillenwater with a jump serve. Back row played by Carlson, and they will get it over with Meyerkorth, that being Audrey Meyerkorth. Here's a set in the middle. Rieger from Osborne. It was blocked by Wood. Braylon Wood did a lot of really nice things as a freshman a year ago. Gets a block there, and it's 7-6 after the Wood rejection. And serving now for Rockport will be Kinley Lair. Lair's serve received by Hufford. They will set Osborne, back set Rieger. It was off a touch, dug out back row. Carlson gains, pass ahead Wood, pushes it over the block, kept alive by Farr. Now Mound City will try to send over the back row shot from Gillenwater. They do. There's a bump set, Carlson to Wood, off a touch, popped up by Osborne. They will set in the middle, Rieger. It was far ahead to her, and she's in the net, and it'll be a point for Rockport. They were out of system there. Maggie Osborne, usually their setter. She was not trying to set that one to Rieger. And it's a point to all Rockport, and we're tied at 7. Serve is over and in. Little setter dump by Osborne, played by Carlson. Gaines setting Wood. She mishit it. And it'll be a Mound City point after the attack error. And it's 8-7. Side out of the Mound City side. Micaiah Kelmel will come in. Sophie Bierman checks out. Serving will be Miranda Rieger. Rieger serve into the back row, played by Carlson. Here's a set right side, Audrey Meyerkorth. Rieger got to it, but sent it back toward the wall, and it couldn't be tracked down by any of her teammates and give Audrey Meyerkorth the kill. And now we're at 8-8. Meyerkorth, standout multi-sport athlete, KMA out of Missouri, girls basketball player of the year. Gets the kill there. 8-8 our score. Raylan Jenkins to serve. Her left-handed serve is received back row Gillenwater. They will set to Osborne in the back row, dug out by Carlson. Jenkins set, Wood off the tape and down. Braylon Wood gets a kill on the set from Jenkins, and it's 9-8. Advantage Rockport here in set number 1. Back and forth we go. It was 2-0. But Mount City went on a 6-0 run. Rockport went on a 3-0 run. Serve from Jenkins into the back row, played in the middle. They will set for a back row swing. Rieger, dug out by Carlson. Jenkins setting to a push across by Gaines. It almost got down. Rieger kept it alive, but the pass ahead was tight to the net. Too close to the net for Farr to have a play on it. And it's a Rockport point, and it's a 10-8 Blue Jay advantage. Here in set number 1. Another serve coming from Raylan Jenkins. Jenkins serve into the back row. Gillenwater got to it. They will set it back to Osborne. Osborne hits it wide. And the attack error for Mountain City makes it 11-8. It's a 4-0 Rockport run here in set number 1. So Jenkins again to serve. Serve is received, an overpass by Gillenwater. Jenkins setting in the middle to Amthor. It was dug out by Farr. Osborne back to Farr. Dug out back row Jenkins. They will now set to Wood. Wood, strong push across, is down. Braylon Wood gets her second kill of this set. And it's 12-8 Blue Jays. 5-0 run for them now. And Jenkins will continue her run at the service line. Serve is over and into the back row to Gillenwater. They will set to Farr. Pushed across into the back row to Carlson. Now they'll set a swing. Amthor, it's down. Off the set from Stevie Gaines. A Taylor Amthor kill. Makes it 13-8, and Mound City head coach Sarah Osborne feels she needs to call her final timeout of this set. 13-8 Blue Jays here in set number 1 on KMAFM.
Nutrient Ag Solutions takes the responsibility of growing seriously. As a leader in the ag sector, they provide their customers with complete agriculture solutions, including nutrients, crop protection products, seed, service, and digital tools for optimum customer success. Talk with Nutrient Ag Solutions in Westboro, Coyne, Percival, and Essex. Nutrient Ag Solutions, transforming agriculture and feeding the future.
Port here in this first set. Well, the Blue Jays on a 7-0 run right now after being down 8-6. And Coach Sarah Osborne of Mound City feels that's the time to call her final timeout of this set. And they'll try to stop the Rockport surge that they've been on as of late. Raylan Jenkins at the service line. They've had a couple of Braylon Wood kills during this sequence. They've also just taken advantage of a few Mound City errors as well. Served by Jenkins is over and into the back row, played by Gillenwater. Pass ahead, Nicole Brahman. They will send it over the back row swing, Rieger. Jenkins ahead to Wood. Big swing, was it in? It was in the back row on the corner, says the line judge. Braylon Wood puts down her third kill of the set. She's also got a block in there. And it is a 14-8 Rockport lead, and for the first time of what will probably be 100 times this year, you're going to hear me mention the importance of scoring that first point out of a timeout, which is what Rockport does. Jenkins to serve again, and that's an ace. Osborne knuckled it, and it went back to the wall, and an ace for Raylan Jenkins, who's been really good at the service line during this, what is now 8-0 Blue Jay run. Next serve from Jenkins, received by Gillenwater. Osborne, back row swing by Rieger, dug out by Vogler, bumped by Carlson. Free ball sent over by Gaines. Mound City now will try to set something up. Osborne, left side Farr, little tap over the block is down. Peyton Farr gets the kill. And that stops what had been a 8-0 Mound City spurt with the Peyton Farr winner. And it's 15-9 now. The serve coming from Mound City. Into the back row to Carlson. Chasing it down was Jenkins. Setting up Gaines. She sends it deep. And it's 15-10. So back-to-back points for Mound City now as Danica McDonald will serve. The serve from McDonald. Flat-footed serve is deep. 16-10. And Braylon Wood will go to the service line for Rockport. Side out of the Rockport side, Presley Carlson out. Looks like Ella Meyerkorth was the substitution in. Serve from Wood. Played by Osborne. They will set it. McDonald to Osborne. Left side swing is down and in for a kill. And Maggie Osborne, who is so versatile for the Panthers, had an ace earlier, has had a couple assists. She gets a kill there, and it's 16-11. And now Peyton Farr to serve for the Panthers here in set number 1. This 275 conference contest. Good serve, played by Vogler. Jenkins setting to Gaines, dug out by Gillenwater. They'll return it with a swing by Osborne. It was sent back. Gaines was there on the block. Mound City scrambling. Osborne free ball over, dug out by Wood. Swing by Vogler. The libero is deep. And it's a point for Mound City. When your libero is the one that has to take the swing, the percentage of it being efficient go down because that's not their role. 16-12. Serve received by Rockport. Not cleanly, though, and it was overpassed and then tapped down in the front row by Micaiah Kelmel, and it's 16-13. So 3 in a row for the Panthers has got this down to a 3-point set. Serve coming up for Mound City from far. Received by Vogler. Jenkins setting in the middle. Amthor, it was in, they say, on the set. And the kill. And Taylor Amthor gets her second winner of this set. 17-13. Advantage Rockport. Now Tatum Vogler, their libero, will go to the service line. Mound City's libero, Rayla Hufford, is not in the game right now. Vogler's serve, received by Rieger. Little setter dump by McDonald into the back row to Wood. Jenkins will set it back to Wood. Wood, big swing, dug out by Farr. McDonald, back row set, Rieger pushed across, dug out by Jenkins. Vogler will set to Ella Meyerkorth. It was mishit. Didn't get underneath it cleanly, did Meyerkorth, and it's a point for Mound City. Gets it back to a 3-point set at 17-14. And we'll see a side out of the Mound City side. Kelmel comes out. Addison Foote into the game for the first time tonight. So Foote to serve. Her team down by 3 here in set number 1. Foote serve is kept alive in the back row. It was Meyerkorth, that being Ella, sent over by Gaines. Osborne to the front row. Swing puts it down to the back row for a kill. Maggie Osborne with her second kill of this set. It's 17-15, and now Rockport head coach Stephanie Parsons wants to call a timeout.
Northwest Missouri State University, you can follow your interests and discover new ones, no matter how different they may be. Explore over 200 programs and over 150 student organizations. At Northwest, you can be a scholar, an artist, an athlete, and a leader, all at the same time. Why be just one thing when you can be every you? Learn more at start.nwmissouri.edu.
Welcome back to Rockport, KMA FM 99.1, videokmaland.com. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. Fun first set. It's a 17-15 Rockport lead right now. We've traded runs. Rockport scored the first 2. Mound City scored the next 6. We were tied at 7. Then it was a 8-7 Mound City lead before Rockport scored the next 8. And it was 16-10 at one point, and then 5 of the last 6 have gone to Mound City. Rockport on the attack. Here's a swing by Ella Meyerkorth. It's kept alive by Farr. Return by Rieger, and it's in the back row. Rieger's flat-footed swing just lands in. Second kill of the set for Miranda Rieger. And the always important point out of the timeout goes to Mound City and gets us to a 1-point set at 17-16. Addison Foote serving for the Panthers. Her flat foot serve into the back row to Vogler. Jenkins setting on a slide to Gaines. It hit the net and down. Did it hit the antenna, though? They're going to say it did. So it hit the antenna, so it's no point for Rockport. It's a point for Mound City. The way the ball spun, I knew it either hit the net or the antenna. The official who's like right on the antenna, she didn't signal that it did, but the back judge on the Rockport side, who's got a better angle, said it did. So we're tied, and now we've got a Mound City lead as they get an ace from Addison Foote. Rockport did not receive that serve cleanly, and it's 3 in a row out of the timeout. It's now 8 of the last 9 for Mound City, and they lead 18-17, and Coach Stephanie Parsons is going to call her final timeout of the set. We'll take it with her here on KMA FM.
No one succeeds alone. It takes support to get there, sacrifices made by others, wisdom learned and passed on. When your business is agriculture, you dedicate your life to supporting community, doing the hard work that helps all of us thrive. It's why at PCSB, we believe in supporting you. Your success makes our community succeed. PCSB, we believe in you. Visit us online at wearepcsb.com. Member FDIC.
Rockport just called their final timeout of the set, so neither team has a timeout remaining down the stretch in this first set. Addison Foote serving for Mound City. Serve is over and into Wood. Overpassed and sent back by Mound City. Dug out, though, by Wood. Jenkins setting, Gaines. Strong push into the back row. Will land for a kill. Foote tried to track it down but could not. Give Stevie Gaines the kill. And we are tied at 18. Here in set number one, it looks to be Stevie Gaines serving now. Gaines with the jump serve is deep. Just deep. And the lead back to Mound City at 19-18. Maggie Osborne back at the service line for the Panthers. Serve by Osborne is received by Wood. They will have to return it with a free ball over from Gaines. Mound City now trying to set up Rieger in the middle. It's off a touch and down. Miranda Rieger gets a set and gets a kill. Her third of the set. And it's a 2-point Mound City advantage at 20-18. Serve is received by Wood. They will set it to Audrey Meyercourt. Big swing is in. Audrey Meyercourt gets this back down to a 1-point set at 20-19. And now Presley Carlson on to serve for the Blue Jays. If we get even 2 more sets like this, it's going to be a fun night. Carlson serve deep. 21-19 Mound City after the service there. And back to serve is Elena Gillenwater. Rayla Hufford also in the back row for Mound City along with Maggie Osborne. Gillenwater serve received by Vogler to a swing by Ella Meyercourt. Mound City now will return it. 5-foot swing Rieger. Dug out by Vogler. Up to get it is Gaines. Sent over by Wood. It was blocked. Now Rockport scrambling and they can't get it. They can't get it across. I think it was Rieger that got the block. And Mound City has a 22-19 lead. That is their largest since it was 6-3. So they're up 3, chasing 3. Gillenwater serve received by Carlson. They'll return it with Vogler in the back row. Down to get it went Hufford in the back row. Bump Gillenwater ahead to far. Off a touch, Wood. Now Gaines will set it to Wood. Wood dug out back row by Mound City. Osborne set in the middle. Rieger dug out by Carlson. Gaines bump set Wood off a block and down. Braylon Wood, her 4th kill of the set. Pulls Rockport to 2 within 2 at 22-20. And now serving for them will be Kinley Lair. Lair with the serve. They will bump Rieger to Hufford. The libero gets a swing. It's dug out by Lair. Now Gaines setting Wood. It's down and in for a kill. 5th of the night. 2nd in a row for Braylon Wood. 22-21. Last 2 have gone to Rockport. Again, neither team has a timeout left in this set. Hufford receives the serve, and he go down to a knee to get it. Here's a set to Rieger. Cross shot misses wide. Just didn't quite get the angle on that, did Rieger. 3 in a row to the Blue Jays. And we are tied at 22. Serve from Lair. Received by Farr. Osborne, little setter dump. Return by Wood, who was ready for that one. She puts it down. And it's 23-22, now 4 in a row for the Blue Jays. 6 kills in this set by Braylon Wood. And now Rockport of the driver's seat. Served by Lair, received by Mound City. Osborne back set Rieger. It was sent back. They'll send it back themselves. Gaines, Carlson, bump ahead to Wood. Dug out by Rieger. Osborne setting in the middle to Rieger. It's down. Miranda Rieger got on top of that one. She gets the kill. And it's 23 all after the 3rd kill of this set by Miranda Rieger. and she will be the server now for the Panthers. 23-23 here in set number one. Rieger's serve received by Vogler. Wood couldn't get to it, and it's an ace for Rieger. And it's 24-23 in favor of Mound City, and it's a set point for the Panthers. So Rieger to serve with her team clinging on to a 1-point lead, and it's a set point serve. Rieger taking her time on the serve. It is over and in to Vogler. Gaines setting to Wood. Big swing is kept alive by Gillenwater. Rieger pass ahead. Free ball sent over by Osborne. Good save by Mound City. Now Gaines will set in the middle, and the net was Amthor on the swing. And Mound City takes set one. What a fun set that was. They trailed 16-10. Then they led 22-19. Rockport led 23-22. It's all said and done in set one. Mound City takes it 25-23. I'd take 3 or 4 more just like that one. Mound City would like 2 more. Rockport would like at least 3 more. Either way, set 2 on the way next. KMAFM.
With a chronic respiratory condition, Rogers Pharmacy can provide what you need. Rogers Pharmacy offers a full line of respiratory equipment like oxygen, BiPAP, CPAP, and nebulizers. Rogers Pharmacy isn't a big box pharmacy where you may have to wait for days and weeks to get what you need. They're a full-service, independent, family-owned pharmacy, and they go above and beyond to offer you the quality service and products you deserve. See Rogers Pharmacy in Tarkio, Maryville, Mound City, St. Joseph, and Stanberry, Missouri. Visit Rogers Pharmacy online at rogersrx.com.
This is Sid with Shaw Ag near Trainer. I'm learning all of the ins and outs of agronomy with my dad, Shane. I've learned that Pioneer seed is second to none and that they back that up with proven products and yields. I've also learned that if our customers have a question or a concern, we'll work until we figure out the answer or solution. I'm learning all of this because at Shaw Ag, we've made a commitment, and that commitment is our family helping yours. Call Shane at 712-520-1333.
Hello, I'm Amanda Mather, Director of the SMC Community Pharmacy. We want to make it easy for you to get your essential medications. In one visit, our patients can see their provider, have prescription medications in hand, and speak with a pharmacist all before walking out the door. From the comfort of your own home with our free delivery services to your vehicle with curbside pickup, we can help. To learn more about our hours or other services, simply visit www.smchospital.com or call us at 712-246-7100.
Set one goes to Mound City, 25-23. So they now lead the match 1-0. That was a very entertaining first set. Rockport scored the first 2. Mound City then scored the next 6. It was 6-2. Then we were tied at 8. Rockport got the lead up to 16-10. Mound City ultimately led 18-17. And then they led 22-19. Rockport scored 4 in a row to lead 23-22 before Mound City ended the set with 3 straight points to take it 25-23 and now lead the match 1-0. On the floor for Rockport right now looks like Ella Meyerkorth, Kinley Lair, and Audrey Meyerkorth in the front row. The back row is Taylon Amthor, Braylon Wood, and Stevie Gaines. Libero Tatum Vogler will check in a moment for somebody. The back row for Mound City, Peyton Farr, Miranda Rieger in the back row. Trying to make out the jersey numbers. Micaiah Kelmel, Maggie Osborne, Elena Gillenwater are in the front row for Mound City. So Vogler comes in on the Rockport side. It looks like Amthor came out. Here's the serve from Stevie Gaines to start this set. Osborne set Gillenwater, middle of the front row, dug out by Wood. Set in the middle of the Rockport side to Lair. Mound City never got it cleanly. First point of this set will go to the Blue Jays. Danica McDonald, the other face in the back row for Mound City, by the way. So they go Rieger, McDonald, Farr in the back row at the moment. Kilmel, Osborne, Gillenwater in the front row. Serve received by Mound City. Osborne will set it back to Rieger. Vogler overpassed it. Gillenwater gets to it. Osborne again setting to Rieger. That is in. Miranda Rieger with the kill. She had a few of those in set number 1 and then gets another one there, and we're tied at 1. And serving for Mound City will be Addison Foote. She was at the line during their strong close to set 1. 1-1 our score right now. Served by Foote, received by Wood. That's not going to get anything done for Rockport. It was very tight to the net. Gaines couldn't get to it. Point for Mound City on the ace from Foote. And it's 2-1. So another serve from Addison Foote coming up. Foote's flat-footed serve into the back row, played by Braylon Wood, ahead to Gaines. Gaines setting, Audrey Meyerkorth, it's down for a kill. Audrey Meyerkorth got on top of that one. And we are tied at 2. And now Ella Meyerkorth, her older sister, will serve. Serve received by Mound City. Osborne setting to Rieger, front row left pin. Dugout back row. Ella Meyerkorth. Here's a set to Wood from Gaines. That's down, out. And it's 3-2 after the attack here for Rockport. In favor of Mound City, Maggie Osborne back to serve. So it's been 1-1, 2-2, 3-2. Mound City would like to make it 4-2 as they have a substitution. Danica McDonald out of the game. Serve from Osborne is over and in. Played back row Vogler. Gaines will set to Wood. Wood palms it over. Osborne. They will set it back to Osborne, who pushes it across. Gaines. Vogler to Wood. Wood, cross-court pass shot is dug out by Mound City. Rieger taps it over in the middle. Dug out by Audrey Meyerkorth. There's a swing by Wood. Dug out back row by Farr. Osborne passed ahead. Rieger, it was off the tape, kept alive by Wood, and then Rieger was salivating at the overpass and just mistimed it. And it's an attack here for Mound City. And a point for Rockport, and we're tied at 3. She really wound up on that one, and just the timing was a little off. Kinley Laird to serve now for Rockport. 3-3 our score here in set number 2. Laird's serve is wide of the mark. And it's a 4-3 Mound City lead after the service error. And Elena Gillenwater will go back to serve. 4-3 Panthers. We've been tied at every point through the first 7. Well, first 6 we could be tied at. Carlson with the serve receive. Gaines will set in the middle to Amthor. It's returned by Mound City. Now Rockport scrambling. Gaines setting to Wood. It was blocked by Rieger. And I don't know that it ever got over. And they say too many touches. Well, now the floor official is going to come over and converse with the chair official. I think it got over the net, so it should be a reset in terms of swings. And that might be what the floor official is telling the chair official. The chair official is the one that called the too many hits. If that's the case, they will replay the point. And that appears to be what they will do. So they will replay the point and say, no, that play should have resumed. Since it didn't, we'll replay it with Elena Gillenwater at the service line. So Gillenwater to serve. Received by Wood. Not cleanly, though, and it's an ace for Gillenwater. And they get the point they were about to get anyway. Maybe the ball not lying. Maybe, I don't know. Either way, it's an Elena Gillenwater ace to make it 5-3. Next serve from Gillenwater. Just cleared the tape. Wood got to it. Gaines. Back set. Meyerkorth. Cross shot misses wide. And it's now 3 in a row for Mound City, and they lead 6-3. Gillenwater to serve once again. Her serve is deep. That is way deep. And it's 6-4. One other rule change of note, if you haven't been paying attention to the high school volleyball scene this year, the double contact rule has been eliminated. It is will no longer be called on setters as long as the next touch is contacted by a hitter. Raylan Jenkins' serve is received by Mound City. They will free ball it across with Rayla Hufford. Down to get it went Carlson in the back row. Now Jenkins setting to Wood, who palms it over. Osborne pops it up. They'll set in the middle. Rieger. It was sent back by Amthor and down for a block. Chaywood Amthor gets the swat, and it's 6-5. Back-to-back points for Rockport now. And Raylan Jenkins, who was their server when they kind of blew the set open in the first before Mound City stormed back. She's serving. There's a back set Osborne to Rieger. That's deep. And it's 3 in a row for the Blue Jays. And Raylan Jenkins, who her sister Riley was a standout multi-sport athlete at Mound City, or Rockport, now a part of the track and field program at Oklahoma State. Hufford's serve receive was not great. She gets it back on a pass back from far. Now Rockport will go to work. Here's a set in the middle. Amthor dug out by Osborne. Sent over by Mound City. Vogler, they will set to Gaines. She didn't get underneath it cleanly on the set from Jenkins. It's an attack error on Rockport, and Mound City regains the lead at 7-6. Micaiah Kelmo will come into the front row for the Panthers. Miranda Rieger serving. 7-6 Mound City. They took set 1, 25-23. Rieger serve received by Vogler. They will free ball it across with Amthor into the back row. Rieger. Osborne will set across to Farr. Tapped it over the block and down. Peyton Farr took a lot off of that one, realizing the block was on. And it's 8-6 advantage Panthers. Rieger to serve again. Her flat-footed serve goes wide. And it's 8-7. So the service here gives it back to Rockport. Braylon Wood at the service line. Presley Carlson out of the rotation. Looks like Ella Meyerkorth in on the front row for Rockport. Serve coming from the sophomore Braylon Wood. It's over and into Rieger in the back row. They will set it back to Rieger. Dug out by Vogler. Meyerkorth to Amthor. Little two-hand push across. Dug out by Mound City. Bump set Osborne to foot. Dug out by Rockport. Meyerkorth bumps it to Vogler. Flat-footed swing as they round a system. Now here's a set in the middle. Through a block and down for the kill is Micaiah Kelmo getting her first kill tonight. Give the assist to Nicole Brahman. And it's 9-7. Mound City here in set number 2. So the serve is an ace. Vogler couldn't get it cleanly. Danica McDonald gets the ace. 10-7 Panthers. Second ace of this set, third ace this set for Mound City from a third different player. Served by McDonald will make it another ace. Back-to-back aces for her. And it's 11-7, and that'll force a Rockport timeout. So 11-7 Mound City after back-to-back aces from Danica McDonald. We're back in 30, KMA FM.
Our name says it all. We're Total Farm Solutions. This is Eric with TFS, and when it comes to your operation, we want to be your total partner in and out of the field. We're your Pioneer seed dealer, along with bulk options and seed treatments. And we study genetics, offering scouting and agronomic solutions. Taking care of our customer is part of our total service. We're Total Farm Solutions. Give us a call or find our office just outside of Carson.
This is from Danica McDonald to jump out to this lead. They have scored. We were tied at 6. They have since scored 5 of the last 6. And lead set number 2 as Rockport calls their first time out of this set. Mound City took a thrilling first set, 25-23. Now they're leading set number 2 right now. McDonald serves that one to the net. And it'll make it 11-8 after the service error. The libero, Tatum Vogler, will serve for the Blue Jays. Raylan Wood also in the back row for them, along with Raylan Jenkins. Serve from Vogler. Received by Osborne, ahead to McDonald. Back set far over the block, dug out by Lair, but then miscommunication as she passed into the back row. Vogler and Jenkins were both there, but neither one of them came to the ball. And it's a Mound City point, and those are the ones, as a coach, that you want back. Far to serve now for Mound City, up by 4. Serve is received by Wood. Jenkins set to Gaines. It was blocked. Osborne was there for the swat. Maggie Osborne with the rejection. And it's 13-8 advantage, Panthers. Their lead now up to 5. Serve from far, received by Wood. Jenkins will set it back to Wood. Will off-speed swing, dug out by Osborne. Now McDonald set to Osborne, dug out by Jenkins, bumped by Vogler. Sent over by Wood. Into the back row, McDonald. Bump set Gillenwater to Osborne. It was blocked. Gaines and Lair were there. And it's 13-9 after the block for Rockport. And Stevie Gaines is at the service line for the Blue Jays. Raylan Jenkins comes out of the rotation. Audrey Meyerkorth in. Looks like her sister Ella, and Kinley Lair will be in the front row. Serve by Gaines is a laser, but it's an ace. Stevie Gaines gets the ace. Back-to-back points for the Blue Jays, makes it 13-10 in favor of Mound City. Next serve from Gaines is another ace. It was knuckled off of Gillenwater's attempt to receive it. So back-to-back aces for Gaines. And now Mound City head coach Sarah Osborne wants to call a timeout. 13-11 advantage. Panthers up a set here in set number 2 on KMAFM.
Is believing. That's what you'll hear from customers that choose Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood time and time again. Barrett customers come in for vehicles and service work, but they come back for conversation and honest advice. They want one of the largest pre-owned and fully serviced inventories in KMA land, and they return when they've gone elsewhere and it just isn't the same. See and believe for yourself how little differences add up to a better car buying experience. Come back to Barrett's and Barrett'sAutoCenter.com.
Made this 13-11 advantage Mound City over Rockport, but Rockport continuing to serve. They'll have Gaines continuing at the service line here out of this timeout. Trevor Mader with you here tonight in Rockport. Fun 275 conference volleyball showdown in the Show Me State. Two teams that will likely be near the top of the 275 conference. Of course, Nottoway Valley, East Atchison could have a say in it as well. Gaines' next serve received by Rieger. Gillenwater, pass ahead. McDonald will free ball it across. Now they will set Gaines to Ella Meyercourt. Dug out back row Rieger. McDonald set Osborne. Dug out back row by Gaines. Bump set Vogler to Meyercourt. Popped up by Rieger in the back row. McDonald to Rieger in the back row. It's down. Rockport laid off of it. Miranda Rieger finds the spot in the back row for the kill. And the first point out of the timeout goes to the Panthers on the, what I've got is the 5th kill of the night for Miranda Rieger. 14-11 advantage Mound City. Looks to be Osborne serving for Mound City. And it's an ace. Another point for the Panthers, and actually it's Addison Foote. The Mound City jersey numbers from up here, yellow jersey numbers are never my favorite. And yellow on a color, even harder. But Addison Foote gets the ace, and it's 15-11 advantage Panthers. Her serve received by Wood. Gaines setting to Lair, took a lot off that, kept alive by Rieger though, and then it drops in the back row as McDonald and Foote didn't talk. And it'll ultimately be a point for Rockport after the valiant effort by Miranda Rieger to keep it alive. 15-12 Rockport trailing, but serving right now with Ella Meyercourt doing the honors. Meyercourt's jump serve is received by McDonald. Rieger to Osborne, pushed into the back row, kept alive by Gaines. Her and Meyercourt collided. Free ball sent over by Wood, dug out by Gillenwater. Pass McDonald to Osborne. The off-speed tap is down over the block for a kill. Maggie Osborne makes it 16-12. See a substitution on the Rockport side. Presley Carlson into the game. Ella Meyercourt out. Now Maggie Osborne to serve for Mound City. 16-12 Panthers here in set 2. They took set 1. Osborne serve, received by Vogler. Gain, setting, Lair, mishit. Just mistimed the jump. It's in the net. And it's 17-12. Largest lead of the set for Mound City. The serve from Osborne is to Vogler. Pass ahead, Gaines, setting Wood, mishit. It might have been partially blocked. I don't know if it ever got over. No, never got over, says the chair official. And it's now 6 in a row, and Coach Stephanie Parsons wants to call a final timeout of this set. Mound City pulling away here in set number 2. They lead 18-12 here on KMA FM. Welcome back to Rockport. KMA video stream online, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. 18-12 advantage Mound City here in set number 2. They took set 1, 25-23. So they're up 6, chasing 7 with Maggie Osborne at the service line. Coming out of this Rockport timeout. Rockport does not have any more timeouts in this set, so they got to ride it out however that may look. Osborne's serve is received not well by Carlson, and an ace for Maggie Osborne. And it's 19-12. So now Mound City up 7, chasing 6 here in set 2, trying to take a 2-0 lead. Vogler receives the serve. Ahead Gaines, setting to Wood. Dug out by Farr. Osborne, pass to Hufford. The libero didn't get underneath it cleanly. The attack error will give Rockport a point back, but they're down 6 with 6 points to spare. 19-13 our score. Kinley Lair at the service line. Lair's serve received by Hufford. They will send it back with a back row swing by Farr, dug out by Gaines. Bump from Carlson to Wood, dug out by Farr. Osborne to Farr, flat foot swing, popped up by Amthor. Gaines setting, Wood. Hufford got to it, then it was kept alive by Osborne. Free ball sent over by Rieger, but way deep. Good little volley there, goes Rockport's way. And it's 19-14. In favor of Mound City. But the last 2 to the Blue Jays with Kinley Lair continuing to serve. Hufford down to a knee to get that serve receive. Osborne set Rieger. Dug out by Audrey Meyercourt. Bump by Gaines. Swing by Wood is in. Just kissed the back row. Braylon Wood gets the kill, and it's 19-15. 3 in a row for the Blue Jays now. That is my 7th unofficial kill for Wood tonight by my tally. Served by Lair, received by Hufford. Gillenwater to Rieger. Popped up back row for Rockport. Now they'll back set Gaines to Meyercourt. And it's a kill for Andre Meyercourt on the assist from Stevie Gaines. 4 in a row now for the Blue Jays to pull within 3. So Kinley Lair continuing to serve. 19-16 our score. Received by Hufford. Osborne, flat-footed swing by Farr. Popped up back row Gaines. Bumped by Carlson. Tight to the net for Wood. Big swing, doesn't matter. She puts it down. And it's 19-17 after the Braylon Wood kill. And Mound City wants to call a timeout. A 5-0 Rockport run has them right back in this. We're back in a moment. KMAFM. Welcome back to Rockport. KMA video stream online, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. High school volleyball action from Missouri. Big 275 conference showdown. It is a 19-17 Mound City lead in set two. The Panthers took set one, 25-23. They have led by as many as 7 in this set, but Rockport has scored the last 5, forcing that Mound City timeout moments ago. Kinley Laird to serve, received by Huffer. Not cleanly on the pass ahead, though, and it's another ace for Rockport at the service line. This one the first of the night for Laird. 6 in a row now for the Blue Jays to pull it within 1 at 19-18. They will send it across Mound City with Osborne, but I think she was in the net. She was. Haven't seen many net violations tonight, but we get one there, and it prompts this game to be tied at 19. 7 in a row for the Blue Jays now. And Laird to serve. It is received by Mound City. They will set it to Rieger. Dug out by Carlson. Gaines ahead to Wood. That is wide. Just missing on that one was Braylon Wood. And Rockport has their 7-0 run come to an end. And Mound City regains the lead at 20-19. Elena Gillenwater to serve for the Panthers. Gillenwater serve will spin on it, is received by Mound City. Amthor's swing over, dug out by Osborne. Free ball sent across by Farr. Gaines will try to set it to Wood left side. It was tapped up by Mound City. Now Osborne setting to Rieger. Popped up by Audrey Meyercourt. They will back set to Meyercourt. It was blocked by Rieger. Rieger, Osborne, back to Rieger in the middle, left-hand tap, dug out by Meyercourt, but wide. Give Miranda Rieger the kill. And it's 21-19. Back-to-back points for the Panthers now. Served by Gillenwater, received by Vogler. Carlson ahead to Wood. Wood through the block, dug out by Mound City. Wood overpass swing, dug out by Hufford. Osborne, pass left side, Farr, it's down. Peyton Farr with the cross-court kill makes it 22-19 in favor of Mound City. And Rockport does not have any more timeouts in this set. They burned them early. So now they just got to ride the wave. Here's the serve by Gillenwater, received by Vogler to Gaines. Wood gets it across. McDonald will set it to Farr, who sends it over. Gaines gets to it. Vogler will set to Audrey Meyercourt, dug out by Gillenwater. Osborne setting in the middle. Rieger off the tape and down. Miranda Rieger gets another kill. 23-19 in favor of Mound City. By my count, the 7th kill of the night for Rieger. Mound City up 4, chasing 2. Serve from Gillenwater is just deep. And a much-needed point for Rockport. Raylan Jenkins will come into the rotation. Audrey Meyercourt out, and Jenkins will serve. 23-20 Mound City. They lead the match 1-0. Serve from the lefty. Jenkins an ace. It dropped right in front of 2 back row defenders, Peyton Farr and Rayla Hufford. And the ace by Jenkins makes it 23-21. She was their server during their most consistent stretch in the first set. Servers received by Mound City. Rieger swing off a block, dug out by Vogler, tight to the net, and a net violation on Rockport. Jenkins got over the line, trying to keep the play going. And the net violation makes it a set point for Mound City. Here in set number 2, trying to take a 2-0 lead. Miranda Rieger to serve. Rieger's serve is received by Gaines. Jenkins back set to Wood. Wood, powerful swing, puts it down. And it's 24-22 on the Braylon Wood kill. Her 9th of the night. So Rockport fights off one set point. They're going to have to fight off 2 more. 24-22 advantage Rockport. Revenge Mound City. Braylon Wood serving for Rockport. Received by Rieger. They are out of whack. They'll set over on a free ball by Farr. Lair, Jenkins, back to Lair. It's dug out by Rieger. Osborne will set it to Rieger. It's down. Miranda Rieger with another kill, and that ends the set. Mound City takes it 25-22 on the 8th kill of the night for Miranda Rieger. They jumped out to a lead led by as many as 7. Rockport battled back and tied it, but Mound City closes and takes the set 25-22. They now lead the match 2-0 through 2 here on Rockport. We'll step aside. More volleyball to come. KMA FM 99.1, Clarinda, Shenandoah.
Of our community begins with you. Your journey to a degree in healthcare starts at Iowa Western Community College. Take the pulse of high-demand healthcare careers in our state-of-the-art simulation center. A degree as a certified nursing assistant makes the rounds at our Iowa Western locations. In the waiting room in Council Bluffs, Clarinda, and Harlan is a practical nursing degree. Scholarships and tuition assistance are available. Good health in Southwest Iowa begins with you. Start your career in healthcare at Iowa Western Community College. Register at iwcc.edu.
Ready to grow your future with a bank that truly cares? Welcome to Malvern Bank, where we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in success. At Malvern Bank, we specialize in ag loans that help our local farmers thrive. Whether you're planting seeds for the future or expanding your current operations, we've got the financing solutions to help your farm flourish. So why wait? Visit us today and see how Malvern Bank can make a difference in your life. Together, let's grow our future. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Nutrient Ag Solutions takes the responsibility of growing seriously. As a leader in the ag sector, they provide their customers with complete agriculture solutions, including nutrients, crop protection products, seed, service, and digital tools for optimum customer success. Talk with Nutrient Ag Solutions in Westboro, Coyne, Percival, and Essex. Nutrient Ag Solutions, transforming agriculture and feeding the future.
Set number 2 goes to Mound City, 25-22. They now lead the match, 2-0 here on KMA FM 99.1. Clarinda Shenandoah, video at KMAland.com. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. 275 conference volleyball. Set number 1 went to Mound City, 25-23. Set 2 went their way as well, and now they are one set win away from picking up a very quality conference win early in the year. Rockport will need a reverse sweep if they want to prevent that from happening. So it looks like first serve will go to Mound City, and it will be Addison Foote serving. So Foote to serve to get set number 3 off and running. Foot serve is over and in. Back row received by Tatum Vogler. Set Raylan Jenkins to Stevie Gaines, and it'll be a kill for Stevie Gaines to start set number 3. So Rockport scores first in this set. They have scored first in each set so far. And serving for them will be the aforementioned Stevie Gaines, who just had that kill. Received by Farr. They will send it over with Rieger. Rieger dug out by Wood. Gaines will set it to Ella Meyerkorth. It's dug out by McDonald. Sent over by Rieger. Dug out by Gaines. Vogler setting. Audrey Meyerkorth. Dug out back row Farr. Tight to net for Osborne. She got to it. Here's a swing by Gillenwater. Popped up by Vogler. Nice little volley here. Pushed across by Audrey Meyerkorth. Kept alive back row McDonald. Osborne setting. Rieger. It is sent back by Rockport and down. It was dug out by Gaines. And the overpass lands on the Mound City side. Give Stevie Gaines the kill on that, and it's back-to-back points for Rockport to start this set. They're up 2-0. Gaines will serve. Her serve is over and into the back row to McDonald. They will now set it to Rieger from Osborne through the block and down. Rockport have the block on with Kinley Lair and Audrey Meyerkorth, but Miranda Rieger powers through it for Mound City's first point of this set. That is, by my count, the 9th kill that night by Rieger. Next is a service error for Mound City. They'll make it 3-1 in favor of Rockport. And it'll be Ella Meyerkorth serving for the Blue Jays. Meyerkorth's serve is received by Hufford. Osborne passing to McDonald. It's sent over by Rockport. Now they'll get it back. Gaines setting the middle. Lair, big swing wide. So the attack here on Rockport will give it back to Mound City. 3-2 our score. Elena Gillenwater to serve. Presley Carlson into the rotation for Rockport. Served by Gillenwater is over and into Wood. Meyerkorth tracks it down. They'll send it over with Wood. Dug out by Osborne. They will set in the middle. Rieger through a block and down. 10th kill of the night for Miranda Rieger. And we are tied at 3 here in set number 3. And Elena Gillenwater will continue to serve. Gillenwater's serve is received by Carlson. Gaines set. Wood through the block. Dug out by Mound City. Osborne setting. Rieger kept alive by Gaines. Vogler pass ahead to Audrey Meyerkorth. That shot's in. Meyerkorth puts it down to the back row. And it's 4-3 in favor of the Blue Jays here in set number 3. Kinley Lair serving. Lair serves an ace. Second ace of the night for Lair. 5-3 Blue Jays here in set 3. They got to win this one to keep it going. Served by Lair, received by Hufford. Bumped by Osborne. They will free ball it across with Farr. Dug out back row by Lair. They will set Gaines to Wood. Dug out back row Hufford. Osborne wanting to set in the middle. Rieger. It was sent back by Rockport. Meyerkorth and Amthor were there for the block. And it's 5-4. And now we've got a stoppage for an injured Panther, and that looks to be Miranda Rieger, and that is not a good sign. She will be looked at by the Mound City medical staff. We'll step aside here in KMAFM.
Northwest Missouri State University, you can follow your interests and discover new ones, no matter how different they may be. Explore over 200 programs and over 150 student organizations. At Northwest, you can be a scholar, an artist, an athlete, and a leader, all at the same time. Why be just one thing when you can be every you? Learn more at start.nwmissouri.edu.
No one succeeds alone. It takes support to get there, sacrifices made by others, wisdom learned and passed on. When your business is agriculture, you dedicate your life to supporting community, doing the hard work that helps all of us thrive. It's why at PCSB, we believe in supporting you. Your success makes our community succeed. PCSB, we believe in you. Visit us online at wearepcsb.com. Member FDIC.
And one, videocameland.com. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. A moments ago, Mound City star player Miranda Rieger went down to the front row with an injury. She's being looked at by the medical staff now. She did come to her own and was assisted off the court, but now they're working on her leg. And the hope, if you're Mound City, is that it's nothing significant, and maybe you even see her return tonight. Rockport serving out of the stoppage. Maggie Osborne setting to far, dug out by Braylon Wood. Now Stevie Gaines setting to Wood. Her swings in the net. And it'll be a Mound City point to make it 6-4. Well, it's showing 6-4. It should be 5-5. So 6-4 is what's showing on the scoreboard. Here in set number 2. That should not be right. It was 5-4 moments ago. Tight serve receive, and Rockport never gets it over. And it's a point for Mound City. And it's 6-5. Into the game with Rieger out is Sophie Bierman. So Bierman to serve. Received by Vogler. Gaines setting to Amthor. It's wide. And a point for Mound City. And all of a sudden, 2 in a row for them has made it 6-6. And Bierman will continue to serve. Bierman's serve is received by Wood. Gaines will set it to Meyerkorth off a touch. Kept alive by Bierman, an overpass. Vogler to Gaines, to Wood, off the block and down. Braylon Wood gets the kill, and Rockport regains the lead at 7-6. The Braylon Wood kill, her 10th of the night, so she's in the double figures. Braylon Jenkins back into the game for Rockport. She will serve. The serve from Jenkins. Received by Osborne. McDonald will set to Farr. Kind of an off-balance swing at the net by Farr, and it was wide of the stick. It'll be a point for Rockport. It's 8-6. So Mound City without Miranda Rieger right now, who has been kind of the heart of their offense. Jenkins' serve is received by Mound City. They'll return it. Back row swing Osborne. Dug out by Carlson on the Rockport side. Now Jenkins setting to Wood. Dug out by Bierman. Osborne ahead to Farr. It was down for a kill. Peyton Farr makes it 8-7. Rockport still leading. Danica McDonald into the game. So now Rieger will exit the gym with the Rockport trainer. Serve received by Vogler. Jenkins back set Wood. Took a little off of it to get it over the block. It was kept alive by Gillenwater. Now Rockport gets it back. Jenkins setting Wood. It was in the net. On the swing. So the attack error ties us at 8. 8-8 our score here in set number 3. Mound City leading this match 2-0. Danica McDonald to serve for the Panthers. Serve received by Vogler. Carlson tracks it down. They'll send it over with Vogler. Mound City trying to set up their offense now. McDonald to Osborne. It's blocked. Amthor was there for the block, and it's 9-8 Blue Jays. And with Rieger out, see if they don't try to set their offense up more for Osborne. They use her as a setter and a hitter. But that's usually because they have Miranda Rieger out there as well on the outside. Braylon Wood serve received by Bierman. They will pass it ahead far, dug out by Jenkins. Vogler bumps it back to Ella Meyerkorth. Her roll shot received by Mound City. Little setter dump by McDonald, kept alive by Jenkins. Vogler pass ahead to Gaines, kept alive in the back row by Bierman. Sent over by Mound City. dug out by Wood. Pass ahead, Jenkins to Gaines. It was blocked. That was Farr and Kelmel that were there for the swat. And it is 9-9 here in set number 3. Serving for Mound City is Peyton Farr. Here's a back set to Gaines, never got over. And it's 10-9, advantage Mound City. Peyton Farr will continue to serve. First lead of this third set for the Panthers. Jenkins, back set to Amthor, dug out by Mound City. They got away with being over the net. It doesn't matter because they can't get it over on the third attempt. And it's 10-10. Tatum Vogler to serve now for Rockport. Not before a timeout taken, so we'll take a timeout with them. 10-10 our score on KMAFM.
With a chronic respiratory condition, Rogers Pharmacy can provide what you need. Rogers Pharmacy offers a full line of respiratory equipment like oxygen, BiPAP, CPAP, and nebulizers. Rogers Pharmacy isn't a big box pharmacy where you may have to wait for days and weeks to get what you need. They're a full-service, independent, family-owned pharmacy, and they go above and beyond to offer you the quality service and products you deserve. See Rogers Pharmacy in Tarkio, Maryville, Mound City, St. Joseph, and Stanberry, Missouri. Visit Rogers Pharmacy online at rogersrx.com.
Back to Rockport, KMAFM 99.1, Clorinda Shenandoah. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. 10-10 our score here in set number 3. Mound City leads this match 2-0. Coming out of this timeout, Tatum Vogler will be the server for the Blue Jays. They need to win this set to keep the match going. Vogler's serve is over and in, played by Gillenwater. McDonald will set to Gillenwater, dug out by Wood. Jenkins bump set to Stevie Gaines, over the block and down for a kill. Gives Stevie Gaines the kill, and it's an 11-10 Rockport lead. That is the third kill of this set for Gaines. Vogler serve deep, and it's 11-11. Make a wish, and if your wish is for a tied game, tied set here in set number 3, then your wish came true. And if you're Mound City, your wish is that Miranda Rieger's okay. She's still being looked at on the Mound City sideline. It'll be Addison Foote serving for the Panthers. Her serve is into the back row to Braylon Wood. Jenkins will back set in the middle to Kinley Lair. Kept alive by a couple of Panthers on the ground. They'll free ball it across with Foote. Wood, pass ahead, Jenkins in the middle, Lair. Strong tap over is down. Kinley Lair is there for the kill. 12-11 Rockport here in this third set. And Stevie Gaines to serve. Serve received by Hufford. Sent over by Osborne. Now sent back by Audrey Meyerkorth. Osborne setting to Bierman. There are all kinds of out of system. They get over on a flat foot swing by Farr. Now here's a big swing. Ella Meyerkorth dug out by Hufford. Bump ahead to Osborne. Try to get over the block. Meyerkorth was there. Mound City scrambling. They'll free ball it over with Osborne into the back row. Wood. Gaines in the middle. Lair. It's down. Back-to-back kills for Kinley Lair. 13-11 Rockport. Third kill of the night for Lair. Gaines will continue to serve. McDonald or Osborne rather swing. Dug out by Meyerkorth. Gaines setting left side to Ella Meyerkorth over the block and down. Meyerkorth took some off of that. Puts it over the block for a kill. 3 in a row for the Blue Jays, and they now lead 14-11 here in set number 3, trying to keep this going. Serve is received by Osborne. Pass to a swinging Bierman. Gaines now, back set, Meyer court deep. 14-12 the score after the attack error. Maggie Osborne will serve for the Panthers. So Osborne with the jump serve. Received by Wood. Jenkins will set to Meyer court, that's wide. And it's 14-13. So back-to-back points for the Panthers. It's got them within one. Maggie Osborne will continue to serve. Mound City leading this match 2-0. Osborne serve received by Wood. Gaines will set in the middle layer over the block, dug out by Gillenwater. Osborne will set it to Gillenwater, dug out by Vogler. Gaines setting, middle layer, popped up by McDonald. Osborne will pass too far. It was off a Rockport touch, scooped by Wood. Pass ahead to Ella Meyer court, dug out by Hufford. Osborne will now set to Gillenwater. That's dug out back row Wood. Gaines back set to Audrey Meyer court. That's down. Audrey Meyer court gets the kill, and it's 15-13 in favor of Rockport here in set number 3. 6th kill of the night for Audrey. Her sister Ella to serve now. Osborne will set it to McDonald. Her swing dug out by Vogler in the back row. Now Gaines setting the middle to Lair, puts it down. Kinley Lair with her 3rd kill of this set. She's also had an ace. And it's 16-13 advantage Blue Jays here in set number 3. Serve received by Hufford. Vogler will now set to Audrey Meyer court. That is off a touch. That should be a kill. It is. Meyer court with her 7th kill. And it's 17-13 advantage Rockport, and Mound City's going to call a timeout. We're back in a moment. KMAFM.
This is Sid with Shaw Ag near Trainer. I'm learning all of the ins and outs of agronomy with my dad, Shane. I've learned that Pioneer seed is second to none, and that they back that up with proven products and yields. I've also learned that if our customers have a question or a concern, we'll work until we figure out the answer or solution. I'm learning all of this because at Shaw Ag, we've made a commitment, and that commitment is our family helping yours. Call Shane at 712-520-1333.
The Blue Jays trying to keep the night going here in Rockport as they trail Mound City 2-0. Panthers took set 1, 25-22, and set 2, 25-23. Trying to win set 3, but have had to do so without star player Miranda Rieger. She left early in the 3rd set with an injury and has been getting looked at by the Rockport medical staff. Rockport will serve out of this timeout. Ella Meyerkorth doing it. Serve from Meyerkorth is received by Farr. Osborne pass ahead to a new face in the game, Nicole Brahman. Now free ball sent over by Kinley Lair on the Rockport side. Osborne will set in the middle to Gillenwater. It was dug out by Rockport. Osborne will go back to Gillenwater on the left pin. Dug out by Gaines. Vogler. Bump set Wood. That's down for a kill. Braylon Wood gets the kill. And it is 18-13, and all the momentum on the Rockport side. Wood's 11th winner of the night right there. Served by Meyerkorth in the net. So service error will give it back to Mound City at 18-14. Down by 4 are the Panthers. Elena Gillenwater will serve for them. Gillenwater's serve is received by Carlson for Rockport. Gaines set to Wood, never got it over. Back-to-back points for Mound City. It's 18-15 as they try to rally. So Gillenwater continuing to serve. Received by Wood. Gaines will set to Wood. Dug out by Hufford. Osborne set across far. That is deep. Point to Rockport. 19-15 after the attack here. Blue Jays up 4, chasing 6, trying to get a set back on the Panthers at the bare minimum. Force a fourth. Kinley Lair serving. Lair's serve is received by Gillenwater. Osborne setting to far. Dug out back row by Lair. Gaines setting to Wood. Off the tape, dug out though by Farr. Osborne will set to Farr. A little off speed, sent back, dug out by Hufford. Bump set Carlson to Wood on the left pin. Dug out by Farr. Osborne will set it into the back row. Gillenwater just over the tape, dug out by Gaines. Nice little volley here. There's a swing right side. Audrey Meyercourt dug out. She'll send it back across. Push over by Osborne and into the back row. The long volley ends with a Maggie Osborne kill. And it is 19-16. That really felt like a big point. Mound City gets it. Fourth kill of the night for Osborne, who's also set up their offense throughout the evening. The next serve is in the net. 20-16, advantage Rockport. Blue Jays up 4, chasing 5 here in set number 3 as they try to keep this night going. Servers received by Mound City. Here's a set to Osborne. Dug out by Jenkins. Vogler sends it across as they're out of system. Now Mound City will return to the two-hand push across by Osborne. Jenkins will set to Wood. Wood, big swing, too big. It goes deep, and it's 20-17, so Mound City just kind of hanging around here in set number 3. Danica McDonald into the game and back to serve for the Panthers. Can they lead the match 2-0? They trail the set 20-17. Free ball will send it over with Stevie Gaines. They're going to say wide of the stick, though. The back judge was very quick to catch it. That when Gaines sent that free ball over, it was wide. And it's a Mound City point to pull within 2 at 20-18. Brahman is the server for Mound City. Serve received by Vogler. Jenkins will set in the middle. Amthor dug out by Mound City. Here's a set now. Osborne along the line and down. Maggie Osborne with the kill. I know they're going to flip it and say it was out. They initially said in. Now they say out. And instead of 20-19 with the serve for Mound City, it's 21-18. And hold on, now the official will stop play so we can have a Rockport substitution. Ella Meyercourt into the game, Presley Carlson out, but a big point for the Blue Jays. They now lead by 3. Braylon Wood's serve is deep. And it's 21-19. So Wood's serve goes deep to get it within 2. Peyton Farr to serve. Serve received by Vogler. Back set Jenkins to Amthor. It's down. 22-19 after the Talon Amthor kill. Rockport up 3, chasing 3. Here in set number 3. Vogler's serve is received by Gillenwater. McDonald will set in the middle. Osborne over the block and down. Maggie Osborne gets the kill. 22-20. Here in set number 3. Serving for them looks to be Addison Foote. Serve received by Wood. Vogler bump ahead to Ella Meyercourt. Never got it over. Mound City within 1 at 22-21. here in set number 3. Again, if the Panthers rally back and win this set, they'll win the match in a sweep. Foot is about to serve, but the captain, Ella Meyerkorth, is having a conversation with the chair official. Now the floor official is going to come over and discuss something. They're having a pretty serious conversation. If they play this back or flip it, that's a massive swing Rockport's way. They're trying to say, I think maybe, I don't know, I don't really know what they're trying. They were trying to say maybe that there was a lift on Rockport. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I thought it was pretty clear cut that there was an attack error. But we're having a lengthy delay, and now Meyerkorth again will come over to the chair official, and they will converse. And then Osborne, the captain for Mound City, joins the conversation. And now they will talk with the Mound City front line. The point will stand, and it's 22-21. Advantage Rockport, but Mound City serving. Serve is in. Set to Lair, dug out by Mound City. They will set to Osborne, left side, dug out by Jenkins. Vogler to Gaines, a off-speed swing, dug out. Osborne, big swing is down, and we're tied. Maggie Osborne with the kill. And it's 22-all. And a timeout now called by Rockport as Mound City has scored 3 in a row. We're back in a moment with the finish of the third set on KMAFM. Welcome back to Rockport, KMAFM 99.1. Clarinda Shenandoah, Trevor Mader with you. 275 Conference Volleyball here tonight. Tied set 3. Mound City leading the match 2-0. And it's 22-all. They've got the serve with Addison Foote at the service line. Mound City took set 1, 25-23. Set 2, 25-22. Set 3 going to come down to the wire as well. One way or another, either Mound City will complete the 3-set sweep or Rockport will force a fourth. Serve received by Vogler. Jenkins ahead to Ella Meyerkorth. That is along the line and in, they say. So Meyerkorth gets the kill. Point to Rockport. And it's 23-22 here in set number 3. With Stevie Gaines serving. Pass ahead to Bierman, that's deep. Sophie Bierman sends the shot deep. And it's set point for the Blue Jays, trying to force a fourth. 24-22. And Stevie Gaines to serve. That is a good serve. Mound City gets under it, though. They'll send it across into the back row. Gaines will set to Ella Meyerkorth, who pushes it across. McDonald, back set to Gillenwater, dug out by Wood. Gaines, back set Meyerkorth, it's deep. And it's 24-23. So Mound City fights off one set point. They'll have to do it again. And Maggie Osborne serving for the Panthers. It's like Nicole Brahman into the front row. Danica McDonald out of the rotation. 24-23. The serve from Osborne. Received by Vogler. Gains to Meyerkorth. Mound City now on the attack. Osborne setting. Gillenwater over the block and down. And we're tied. Elena Gillenwater with the kill. And now it is a race to 26. And Rockport head coach Stephanie Parsons going to call a timeout. Maybe a fun finish or maybe just a fun finish to the third set. Coming up here on KMAFM. 24-24 our score here in set number 3. Trevor Mader with you here on KMAFM 99.1. Mound City leads the match 2-0. A little bit of momentum for the Panthers as they've scored the last 2, fighting off 2 set points to keep this set alive. And now they are in a spot where if they can win this set, they'll win the match. Maggie Osborne back to serve for Mound City. Her serve is over and into the back row to Wood. Gaines will pass to Audrey Meyerkorth. It's dug out by Osborne. They will now set it back to far. That is deep. And the attack error gives a set point to Rockport with Ella Meyerkorth serving. Meyerkorth's serve is received by Mound City. Not cleanly though, and it's an ace. And we're going to a fourth as Rockport takes set number 3 behind an Ella Meyerkorth ace, winning it 26-24, and we're not done yet here in the Show Me State. Set number 4 coming up here in just a moment. KMAFM 99.1.
Hello, I'm Amanda Mather, Director of the SNC Community Pharmacy. We want to make it easy for you to get your essential medications. In one visit, our patients can see their provider, have prescription medications in hand, and speak with a pharmacist all before walking out the door. From the comfort of your own home with our free delivery services to your vehicle with curbside pickup, we can help. To learn more about our hours or other services, simply visit www.smchospital.com or call us at 712-246-7100.
Our name says it all. We're Total Farm Solutions. This is Eric with TFS, and when it comes to your operation, we want to be your total partner in and out of the field. We're your Pioneer seed dealer, along with bulk options and seed treatments. And we study genetics, offering scouting and agronomic solutions. Taking care of our customer is part of our total service. We're Total Farm Solutions. Give us a call or find our office just outside of Carson.
On to the fourth set we head here in Rockport. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. KMA-FM 99.1 Clarinda, Shenandoah. It is a 2-1 lead in terms of matches, or in terms of sets for Mound City. They took set 1 25-23. Set 2 was theirs 25-22, and then Rockport wins set 3 26-24. Mound City was down 24-22. They fight off 2 set points to tie it, and then Rockport ends the set with the next 2 to keep the night going. Now, Mound City star Miranda Rieger left the game early in the third set with an injury, and it does not appear, at least at the moment, as if she will return. So the Panthers will have to try to figure out how to finish the job without her. Meanwhile, Rockport hoping they can prevail in a fourth and force a fifth and get the good old-fashioned reverse sweep. So about ready to get this going here. Mound City came in there 1-0 on the year. Their lone game took place earlier on this week. They opened the year with a win over Union Star King City. Rockport has been busy. They're already 6-1. Both these teams will be busy this weekend as well, as they will head to the East Atchison tournament on Saturday. So about to get into hot and heavy into the volleyball season. Rockport will serve to start this set. It'll be Stevie Gaines doing that. So Gaines to serve to start set 4, and we're underway. Here's a set to Gillenwater, and the swing is deep. And Rockport is on the board first here in set number 4. If Rockport wins this set, then we'll go to a set 5 where it'll be a race to 15. Serve by Gaines, received in the back row by Mound City with Farr. They will get it, they won't get it over. The pass ahead to Gillenwater was very tight to the net, and there was nothing she could do. And Rockport with the first 2 of this set. So 2-0 in favor of the Blue Jays. Stevie Gaines will continue to serve. Serve is received by Mound City. Overpass by the Panthers. Sent back over by Meyerkorth for a kill. Oh, Meyerkorth gets the kill. And the Blue Jays are out to a 3-0 lead here in set number 4. And they will continue to serve with Gaines. Pass ahead to Gillenwater. She'll send it over. It's played by Gaines. Vogler pass to Audrey Meyerkorth. Punches it across. Dugout back row McDonald. Bumped by Gillenwater ahead to Osborne. Blocked by Meyerkorth but wide. So give Maggie Osborne the kill. First point of the set for Mound City. And it's 3-1. Serve coming from Addison Foote. Serve is received by Vogler. They tried to backset to Meyerkorth. They got over and then overpassed right to Kinley Lair in the middle, and she puts it down for the kill. And it is 4-1. The Blue Jays out early here in set number 4 as they try to force a race to 15. Ella Meyerkorth continuing to serve. That is received by Farr. Osborne set to Bierman. Dugout back row Vogler. Gaines setting Wood. Through a block and down. And Braylon Wood with another kill. Makes it 5-1. Rockport locked in early on in this set. 12th kill of the night for Wood. 5-1 Blue Jays. Served by Meyerkorth, received by Farr, bumped ahead by Hufford. They will send it across with Osborne into the back row, kept alive by Gaines. Vogler, pass ahead, Wood will be a kill. Another kill for Braylon Wood, and it's 6-1. And that'll force a Mound City timeout. So Rockport off to a fast start here in set number 4. Mound City wanted to talk it over. here on Camp AFM. Six of the first 7 points of this fourth set have gone to Rockport, and they lead 6-1. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. Mound City leading the match 2-1. So if they win this fourth set, they win the match. If Rockport wins this set, we'll have a race to 15 on our hands. Ella Meyerkorth continuing to serve for the Blue Jays. Back-to-back kills from Braylon Wood has got this lead up to 6-1. And then Meyerkorth almost had an ace. It was saved by Farr. Sent over by Bierman. Vogler to Gaines to Lair in the middle. Mistimed her jump. Can't get underneath it cleanly. And it'll be a point for Mound City on the mishit. It'll be Kalia Messer into the game now for Mound City for the first time tonight. So Messer comes in. She'll come in for McDonald. Serve from Osborne is an ace. It was tipped by Rockport, therefore it's an ace by Maggie Osborne. She'll continue to serve. We have had 3 sets tonight, and they've been decided by a total of 7 points. About as close as you can get. The closest you could get would be 6. Osborne fires another ace as that lands in the back row. So back-to-back aces from her. Makes it 6-4. 4 aces on the night for Osborne. Next serve, almost a 5th. It might be. Nope, Vogler gets it over on the 3rd touch. They will now set it into the back row. Osborne, dug out by Gaines. Meyerkorth, overpass, hit the rafters. It'll land on the Mound City, the Rockport side for a Mound City point, and 3 in a row now to the Panthers. Makes it 6-5. Another serve from Osborne. Received by Carlson. Not cleanly, though. She tried to pass it to Vogler, and it's an ace for Osborne, her 3rd of the set. 5th of the night. Just like that, we are tied at 6 here in set number 4, and Osborne will continue to serve. And we have a quick stoppage, so somebody on the Mound City front line, I believe it's Sophie Bierman, can tie her shoes. The serve by Osborne, received by Carlson. There's a set to Wood. It'll be a kill for Braylon Wood. And it's 7-6 after the Wood kill. Kinley Lair to serve for the Blue Jays, up by Wong. So Lair fires the serve. Received by Huffer to head to Osborne. They will return it with Farr. Dug out back row Carlson. Gain setting. Wood. Big swing and didn't get under it cleanly. It's in the net. And the count makes it 7-7 now. Elena Gillenwater to serve for Mound City. That serve received by Carlson. Gain setting. Wood. Dug out by Farr. Osborne sends it over into the back row, and that'll land for a kill. Maggie Osborne with the kill, and Mound City leads this set 8-7. It's the first time they've led here in set number 4. Osborne trying to will her team to an impressive win. Still a long way to go, though. Serve received by Vogler. Gaines bumped to Wood. It was blocked. Bierman and Messer were there. And it's now 9-7. 3 straight points for Mound City. Gillenwater serve received by Carlson. Gaines will back set to Audrey Meyerkorth. That is going to be a kill. 9-8 after the Audrey Meyerkorth kill. Stops a 3-0 Mound City spurt. That is by my tally, 8th kill that I had for Meyerkorth. Raylan Jenkins to serve. Osborne pass to Farr, dug out by Vogler. Jenkins set in the middle, Amthor sent across by Osborne, dug out by Carlson, bumped by Vogler, swing by Wood, dug out by Hufford. Osborne will set left pin Farr, cross shot dug out by Wood. Jenkins back set to Gaines. It was blocked. I think that was Bierman that was there. Bierman and Farr were both on the front line. One of them sends it back, and it's a 10-8 Mound City lead. Here in set number 4. So the Panthers up by 2 in this set, leading the match 2-1. Bierman's serve is received by Vogler. Chasing it down is Jenkins. They will not get it across on 3. And it's 11-8 Mound City. And Sophie Bierman will continue to serve. So Bierman, serve received by Vogler. Jenkins set in the middle, Amthor dug out by Osborne off a touch. They were out of whack. They get it over though. Does Mound City. Now here's a quick set. Jenkins to Wood. That's down and in. Braylon Wood with another kill. It's 11-9. We'll see a substitution on the Mound City side. 15th kill that I had for Braylon Wood. And she'll serve now. Wood's serve is received by Mound City. Messer sends it back to Osborne. Dug out by Wood. Jenkins set ahead. Gaines. I don't know if it ever got over. It didn't. And it's a Mound City point to grow their lead to 12-9. Into the game for Mound City comes Danica McDonald. Kalia Messer comes out of the game. And McDonald to serve. Her serve is into the back row to Vogler. Jenkins setting to Wood. Dug out by Gillenwater. McDonald set ahead Osborne. Popped up by Ella Meyerkorth. Rockport trying to get in system. Jenkins to Meyerkorth. Kept alive by Mound City. Now Farr will set to Osborne. Dug out by Vogler. Kept alive by Jenkins. They'll return it with Amthor. Good volley here. McDonald will set. Osborne. That's down. Maggie Osborne puts it up and down. And it's 13-9 in favor of Mound City. 10th kill that I had for Osborne, and I'm not good at keeping track of assists, so I don't. She's got to have a double-double. Jenkins bump set to Gaines. Dug out by Farr. Returned by Mound City off the tape. Rockport got under it, though. Now Mound City on the attack. Little setter dump by Farr. Lands in. Peyton Farr with the kill on the setter dump. And it's now 14-9 in favor of Mound City. They've scored the last 3, and they put the screws to Rockport, who will now call a timeout. We're back in a moment. KMAFM. (14-9) advantage Mound City here in the 4th set of this thrilling 275 conference volleyball contest. Mound City took the first 2 sets. Rockport took the third. All 3 of them were close. You have to win a set by 2. Well, we had 2-3-2, the point differential in the first 3 sets. Now the Panthers out to a 5-point lead here in the 4th set. But I'm sure the message to Coach Sarah Osborne, or from Coach Osborne to her team, was, hey, we know Rockport's going to have at least another run in them. Jenkins setting, Ella Meyerkorth. It is dug out by Mound City. Now here's a set to Osborne down along the line for a kill, and it's 15-9 on the Maggie Osborne kill. Panthers now up 6 here in set number 4. Serve is wide. That was Danica McDonald serving, so the service error will give it back to Rockport. 15-10 in favor of Mound City. Tatum Vogler getting ready to serve for the Blue Jays. They just had a stoppage. I believe somebody on the Rockport side, maybe a little too close to the court for the officials' liking. Vogler's serve will be an ace to make it 15-11. The Mound City side was arguing that Ella Meyerkorth was in the net during that sequence, but they say nope, ace from Vogler. 15-11. McDonald will send it back to Farr. Farr's swing dug out by Wood. Jenkins setting, gain, strong push over, and a net violation on Mound City. Gives a point back to Rockport. 3 in a row now for the Blue Jays. To pull within 3 at 15-12. Vogler's serve, received by Mound City. McDonald will set to Osborne on the left side. Over the block, kept alive by Jenkins, though, who backed it up well. Tight to the net, getting over it was McDonald, but she crossed the line in doing so. So a net violation for Mound City. Gives the point to Rockport. 4 in a row now for the Blue Jays. 15-13 our score. Vogler to serve again. Serve is played by Bierman. They'll return it with Kelmel. Now Jenkins setting in the middle. Lair, it's down for the kill. Kinley Lair on the assist from Raylan Jenkins. 5 in a row for the Blue Jays to make it 15-14. Serve from Vogler. Received by Mound City. Pass ahead. Kelmel will set to Osborne. Strong push dug out by Wood in the back row. Bumped by Vogler. They'll return it. Gaines. Kept alive by Farr. Kelmel sends it across. Wood is there in the back row. Now Jenkins to Lair. It's down. Kinley Lair with another kill. Back-to-back for her. It is now 6 in a row for Rockport. Mound City's playing through this and not calling a timeout. By the way, the 7th kill of the night for Lair right there. Vogler serve, received by Mound City. McDonald will set it to Osborne. It was blocked. Meyerkorth and Lair got to it. I think Meyerkorth was actually the one to get a hand on it. And Rockport has taken a lead with a 7-0 run. And Coach Sarah Osborne will call a timeout. Momentum shifting to the Blue Jays. They try to force a 5th here on KMAFM.
Of our community begins with you. Your journey to a degree in healthcare starts at Iowa Western Community College. Take the pulse of high-demand healthcare careers in our state-of-the-art simulation center. A degree as a certified nursing assistant makes the rounds at our Iowa Western locations. In the waiting room in Council Bluffs, Clarinda, and Harlan is a practical nursing degree. Scholarships and tuition assistance are available. Good health in Southwest Iowa begins with you. Start your career in healthcare at Iowa Western Community College. Register at iwcc.edu.
Land.com. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. What a fun 275 conference volleyball contest we've had here tonight. Mound City took the first 2 sets. Rockport held them off in set 3. Mound City jumped out to a 15-9 lead here in this 4th set, maybe trying to run away and hide. 7 in a row for Rockport, though, and they now lead at 16-15. There's a swing by Peyton Farr, dug out by Rockport. Jenkins will set to Gaines, sent back by Mound City. Jenkins will set right side. Ella Meyerkorth, dug out by Bierman on the Mound City side. Centered up by Farr. Couldn't get over, though. And it's a Rockport point. 8 of those in a row now. And it's 17-15. Tatum Vogler to serve still during this run for the Blue Jays. McDonald will set to Osborne. They try to get her going. It's dug out by Jenkins. Vogler bump set Ella Meyerkorth. Push across and down in the back row for a kill. And it's 18-15 on the Ella Meyerkorth kill. Her 4th of the night. 9 in a row now for Rockport. Vogler's serve, overpass by Mound City. Wood got to it. Jenkins tracking it down. They will return it with Meyerkorth, who was in the net and kind of fell awkwardly, that being Ella Meyerkorth. So the net violation will give a point to Mound City and stop what had been a 9-0 Rockport run. It is now 18-16. Peyton Farr to serve for Mound City. Serve received by Wood. Jenkins setting to Wood. Big swing dug out by Farr. Osborne tracks it down. They will return it with McDonald. Now here's a quick set in the middle. Lair off a touch. Dug out by Farr, but wide. Give the kill to Kinley Lair. And it's 19-17 in favor of Rockport. Well, 19-16, I beg your pardon. In favor of Rockport as they try to force a 5th. Serve received by Mound City. They will send it over with Farr. Gaines will set to Audrey Meyerkorth. Dug out by McDonald. Bumped by Bierman. They send it over with Osborne. Into the back row, Gaines. Bumped by Vogler. Free ball sent over by Ella Meyerkorth. Osborne, McDonald, back to Osborne. Through the block and down. Maggie Osborne gets the kill. Pulls her team within 2 at 19-17. By my count, 12th kill of the night for Osborne. And now Addison Foote will go to the service line for Mound City. 19-17 Rockport here in set 4. Served by Foote, received by Wood. Gaines set in the middle there. Strong push. Might have been a lift. It was. They call the lift, and it's back-to-back points for Mound City now to pull within 1 at 19-18. If Mound City wins this set, they win the match. If Rockport wins it, we'll go to a 5th. Serve coming from Foote. Received by Wood. Ahead to Gaines. She will set it to Meyerkorth. They'll pass it around now, will Mound City. Here's a set to Osborne over the block and down, but wide. Oh, yeah, wide. The line judge, I think, initially signaled that it was going to be in, but that was just wide. And the point goes to Rockport. And they are up by 2 at 20-18. Meyerkorth's serve is received by Mound City. They will set it. Osborne to Bierman. Dug out by Meyerkorth. Now Gaines to Wood in the net. Point to Mound City. Makes it 20-19. And Maggie Osborne will serve for the Panthers. Rockport up by 1, trying to force a 5th. Osborne trying to at least tie this set. Served by Osborne, received by Vogler. Gaines setting. Lair, it's down to the back row. Kinley Lair makes it 21-19. The Blue Jays get their lead back up to multiple points. And Lair, who just put down her 9th kill of the night, will be at the service line. Serve received by Osborne. They will pass it back to Osborne. Back row swing from hers down for a kill. Osborne gets this back to a 1-point set with her 13th kill of the night, 21-20. The score in favor of Rockport. And Elena Gillenwater to serve for Mound City. Miss the serve, did Gillenwater, and it's in the net. The service error will give it back to Rockport at 22-20. So the Blue Jays 3 points away from forcing a fifth. Raylan Jenkins is serving for them. And the lefty serve is received by Gillenwater. Osborne setting to far, taps it over the block, backed up by Jenkins. Vogler, bump set left side Wood. Big swing is a kill. And it's 23-20 after the Braylon Wood kill. Her 16th of the night, and now Rockport 2 points away from forcing a race to 15. Jenkins will continue to serve. Serve by Jenkins is deep. 23-21. And it'll be Sophie Bierman back to serve for Mound City. Rockport leading the set by 2, trailing the match 2-1. Addison Foote out of the rotation for Mound City. Flat-footed serve by Bierman's in the net. And it's a set point for Rockport to try to force a fifth. Braylon Wood will serve. Again, if Rockport scores here, we're on to a race to 15. Wood taking her time on the serve. Now fires the jump serve. It is over and in, played by Gillenwater. They will get it over, will Mound City. Rockport on the attack now. Vogler, bump set to Gaines. Pushed it over, dug out by Bierman. Mound City scrambling. Osborne to far. It's dug out by Wood. Jenkins tracks it down. Free ball sent over by Vogler. Played in the back row by the Panthers. Osborne will set left side far. It is wide. And we're going to 5. Rockport takes set number 4, 25-21. They were down 15-9 at one point in that set. They storm back, and we're going the distance here in Atchison County tonight. Set number 5 on the way here in just a moment. KMA FM 99.1.
To grow your future with a bank that truly cares? Welcome to Malvern Bank, where we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in success. At Malvern Bank, we specialize in ag loans that help our local farmers thrive. Whether you're planting seeds for the future or expanding your current operations, we've got the financing solutions to help your farm flourish. So why wait? Visit us today and see how Malvern Bank can make a difference in your life. Together, let's grow our future. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Nutrient Ag Solutions takes the responsibility of growing seriously. As a leader in the ag sector, they provide their customers with complete agriculture solutions, including nutrients, crop protection products, seed, service, and digital tools for optimum customer success. Talk with Nutrient Ag Solutions in Westboro, Coyne, Percival, and Essex. Nutrient Ag Solutions, transforming agriculture and feeding the future.
On to the 5th we go here in Rockport on KMA FM 99.1 with video, KMAland.com. Trevor Mader with you here tonight. What a fun match this has been. Mound City took the first 2. Rockport has stormed back and taken the next 2, and now it's a race to 15. Coming up here in set number 5 of this riveting 275 conference volleyball matchup. On the floor for Rockport to start this set, it will be Raylan Jenkins, Ella Meyerkorth, Kinley Lair, Stevie Gaines, Braylon Wood, and Taylon Amthor. Their libero, Tatum Vogler, will come in for somebody here in a moment. For Mound City, Kalia Messer, Elena Gillenwater, Sophie Bierman in the front row, and then it is Peyton Farr, Maggie Osborne, and I believe Micaiah Kelmel in the back row for the Panthers. If you're just tuning in, Mound City took set 1, 25-23, set 5, 25-22, and then in set 3, Miranda Rieger, who has been their top hitter, was their top hitter last year, expected to be their top hitter this year, was already at 10 kills early in the third. She left the game with an injury and has not returned. And then Rockport took set 3. They kind of controlled set 3 for the most part. Set 4, Mound City jumped out to a 15-9 lead before Rockport just chipped away at it. Ultimately ended up winning 25-21. That's the largest gap in a set tonight. It came after the Blue Jays were down by 6 at one point. Maggie Osborne will serve to start set number 5. Osborne's serve is received by Braylon Wood. Raylan Jenkins will set in the middle layer, and she puts it down for the kill. First point of the set goes to Kinley Lair and the Rockport Blue Jays. 10th kill of the night for Lair. I believe she is the second Rockport player now to have double-digit kills. Wood is well into double digits. Audrey Meyerkorth is flirting with that at 8. Osborne will set to Gillenwater. She puts it off a block and down. And we are tied at 1 after the Elena Gillenwater kill. 1-1 our score here in set number 5. Somebody's going to be a 5-set winner tonight. And a thriller. Serve received by Vogler. Set to Lair. Got it over. Might have lifted, though. Yeah, they do say she lifted. So the lift call will give it back to Mound City and a 2-1 lead for the Panthers with Elena Gillenwater serving. Gillenwater serve, touched by Wood, it'll be an ace. Gillenwater with the ace. 3-1. Now in favor of Mound City here in set number 5. Serve, not a good first touch by Rockport. They will get it over on a third touch, though, with a free ball by Wood. Hufford, Osborne, left pin, far, Wood to Lair, sent over by Vogler, but deep. And it's a Mound City point to make it 4-1. And a quick timeout taken by Rockport head coach Stephanie Parsons. So Rockport scored the first one. Mound City scored the next 4. And it's 4-1 advantage Panthers. KMAFM. Last 4 points in this 5th set have gone to Mound City. It's 4-1 in favor of the Panthers. Here in KMA Land Volleyball action on the KMA video stream, KMAland.com and KMAFM 99.1. Clarinda Shenandoah, Trevor Mater, excited to be with you here tonight. Elena Gillenwater serving for Mound City here in this 5th set. Her serve is received by Braylon Wood. Now they will set to Meyerkorth, and Ella Meyerkorth puts it down for the kill. And stops what had been a 4-0 Mound City run. Now Ella Meyerkorth to serve. Touched by Hufford. They will pass it ahead. Gillenwater very tight to the net. Not a good play on it for Mound City, and it's a point for Rockport. And it's 4-3. Back-to-back points for the Blue Jays. Ella Meyerkorth to serve. What a fun match this has been here in Atchison County. And now a stoppage. There was a drink from the Rockport student section that just rolled onto the court. Meyerkorth serve received by Hufford. They will set Osborne to far. It was dug out by Rockport. Now here's a back row swing to Gillenwater, who puts it down for the kill. Elena Gillenwater with the kill, and we are tied. Well, it's 5-3, I should say. We're not tied, you dummy. And Gillenwater's been good for them in this fifth set. 2 kills and an ace for her in this fifth set. Serve is received by Rockport. There's a set to Wood. Wood dug out by Osborne. They will set it back to Osborne. Dug out by Vogler. Gaines, little setter dump into the back row. Played by Mound City. Sent over by Osborne. Dug out by Wood. 2 Rockport defenders collide. Vogler got it over on a free ball. Now Messer will set to Osborne. Push into the back row is deep. And Rockport gets that point, and it's 5-4. Rockport down by 1 with Kinley Lair at the service line. So Lair has a chance to tie this set up. She'll take her time getting ready to fire the serve. Mount City took the first 2 sets. Rockport battled back. Took the next 2. And now a stoppage, and the chair official is conversing with the floor official, trying to sort something out here, and they'll bring both line judges into the mix as well. And while they do that, both teams will huddle and kind of use this as a de facto timeout of sorts, as they try to get to the bottom of whatever they're trying to get to the bottom of. One of these years, we are going to be comfortable and advanced enough where we can just like mic up the officials. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know if it actually would be cool, but it's just an idea that I pondered as I try to kill time while they discuss things. I wonder if it's not a substitution thing they were trying to sort out. And then they go over and they talk to the captain, Maggie Osborne, on the Mound City side. And then make sure we're good on the rotation. So here we go. Kinley Lair will serve. 5-4 advantage Mound City here in set number 5. In what is a race to 15, Gentry Mater. Serve received by Mound City. Messer, bump set, back row swing, Gillenwater. Dug out by Lair. Now free ball sent over by Wood. Mound City will go on the attack. Osborne set left side. That was far. Dug out by Lair. Long pass gains to Wood. Dug out by Gillenwater, who hit the deck. Osborne set to Farr. It is down on the back row. Peyton Farr with the kill, and it's 6-4 Mound City. Panthers back up by 2. So we'll see a side out on the Mound City side. Danica McDonald into the game. Kalia Messer will come out. 7th kill of the night for Farr. And the serve is in the net by McDonald. And at this point of the night, the last thing you want is a service error. 6-5 now the score. Raylan Jenkins back to serve. It was 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 4-3. Now it's 6-5, make it 7-5. As Jenkins' serve is in the net, we've traded service errors. And Peyton Farr will serve for Mound City. Her team up by 2 in set number 5. Serve is over and in, received by Gaines. They will set 2 Gaines now. Big swing is deep. The attack error gives Mound City an 8-5 lead. And Coach Stephanie Parsons comes out for a quick word of encouragement to her team. Mound City now 7 points away from a win. Far serve received by Vogler. Jenkins, back set. Wood trying to get her going. It was sent back. Rockport scrambling. Wood, another swing off a touch. Dug out back row McDonald. Gillenwater set left side. Osborne down for the kill. Maggie Osborne with another winner, and it's 9-5 Mound City. The 14th kill that I had for Osborne, and a Rockport timeout, their final of the night. Mound City trying to scratch and claw their way to a thrilling 5-set win. They're up by 4. We're back in a moment. KMAFM. Nine to 5 in favor of Mound City here in the 5th set. KMAFM 99.1 at Clarinda, Shenandoah. Panthers trying to stave off Rockport's reverse sweep and move to 2-0 on the year. Peyton Farr is serving for them. Her serve is over and into the back row, played by Vogler. Back set, Raylan Jenkins to Braylon Wood, dug out by Mound City. McDonald setting Osborne, it was blocked. Meyer, Korth, and Gaines were there for the slot. And make it 9-6. And a much-needed point for the Blue Jays with Braylon Wood about to serve. Wood's jump serve is received by Gillenwater. Tight to the net for McDonald. She'll set it for Osborne. It was blocked by Meyer, Korth, dug out by Kelmel. Now Gillenwater ahead to Osborne, over the block and down. Maggie Osborne with her 15th kill of the night, 15 for number 15, and it's 10-6 in this race to 15. Advantage Mound City. Ryan Matheny is watching tonight, so I've got to be on my best behavior. Micaiah Kelmel to serve for Mound City, and that is way deep. Softball, it probably would have been a base hit, but in volleyball, it's a service error and a point for the other team. And it's 10-7 with Tatum Vogler serving. Vogler's serve just got over the net, and it's an ace. When it hits the net, it almost always throws the defense off, and a lot of times it takes a lot of speed off it as well. And an ace for Vogler pulls Rockport to within 2 at 10-8. Vogler's next serve, received in the back row by Farr. They will send it back to Farr, dug out by Wood. Jenkins setting back to Wood. Big swing from her. Popped up back row Farr. McDonald pass ahead. Osborne left side. Dug out by Wood. Chasing it down is Jenkins. They will send it across the punch over by Vogler. Dug out by Osborne. McDonald setting. Osborne over the block. Backed up by Jenkins. Lair swing in the middle. Dug out nicely by Farr. We're still going. Free ball by McDonald. Dug out by Vogler. I'm starting to lose my breath. Pass ahead, Gaines to Lair. Free ball sent over. Kept alive by Hufford. Joust to the net. Tapped over by Gaines. Now Hufford tracks it down. Free ball sent over by Farr. Wood sent back by Mound City. We're still going. Jenkins to Lair. And a net violation on Rockport. No lift is going to wipe out what would have been a Kinley Lair kill. And a point for Mound City. And after all of that volleying, you get a violation that results in a point. 11-8 in favor of Mound City. Meyerkorth, the captain, trying to get an explanation from the chair official as to why that's a lift. That's not the first time Lair has been called for that tonight. I believe it's actually the third time that she's been the guilty party on that. And she is beside herself right now. That's a big point. 11-8 versus 10-9 is significant, especially with very few points left to give or take. So it's 11-8 Mound City. Panthers up by 3, chasing 4. Maggie Osborne back to serve for them. Rockport ended their season last year, trying to get a little regular season revenge. Osborne serve, received by Vogler. They will get it over with Vogler. Now here's a set into the back row Farr, dug out by Vogler. Jenkins in the middle, Lair. It was sent back by Bierman. for the block. Bierman has had an increased role because Rieger left in the third set with an injury, and she makes a big play there. And now Mound City 3 points away from a 5-set win. It's 12-8. Another serve from Osborne is over and in and played in the back row. Now they will set in the middle layer. Big swing dug out by Hufford. Osborne setting. Gillenwater didn't get under it. And it's a point to the Blue Jays, and a big one for them. They needed that. And it's 12-9. Stevie Gaines will be the server for Rockport. What a fun match this has been. Serve by Gaines is over and into Hufford in the middle of the back row. Osborne back set Gillenwater. The block was on for Rockport. Mound City scoops it out into the back row. Wood. Gaines setting. Meyerkorth strong. Pushes down. Ella Meyerkorth finds a spot of the back row for a kill, and it's 12-10. Back-to-back points for the Blue Jays to pull within 2. And Stevie Gaines will serve again. Her serve is in the net. Ooh, that is not what you want if you're Rockport. You never want a service error, but especially when you got a little momentum and you don't really have any points to give. That's a tough one to take. 13-10 now in favor of the Panthers. The serve from Gillenwater, received by Wood. That is going to be tight to the net. They do get it over with Audrey Meyerkorth. Now they got to get in system. Here's a swing by Osborne, dug out by Wood. Back set to Audrey Meyerkorth. It's wide. Match point coming up for the Panthers. And Mound City 1 point away from a 5-set thriller. And Elena Gillenwater will serve. Gillenwater's serve is an ace! And Mound City wins it in 5. A thrilling matchup tonight. The Panthers take it 25-23, 25-22, 24-26, 21-25, and 15-10. If you did not like that game, I don't know what to tell you, because maybe you just don't like volleyball, because that was a darn good match that we just had here tonight on KMA-FM and KMA Video Stream. We will catch our breath. Back to wrap things up here in a moment. KMAland.com and on KMA-FM.
Northwest Missouri State University, you can follow your interests and discover new ones, no matter how different they may be. Explore over 200 programs and over 150 student organizations. At Northwest, you can be a scholar, an artist, an athlete, and a leader, all at the same time. Why be just one thing when you can be every you? Learn more at start.nwmissouri.edu.
Well, Mound City wins a thriller here tonight on the KMA Video Stream and KMA-FM 99.1. They beat their 275 conference rival in 5. They took set 1, 25-23, took set 2, 25-22. Both sets early on were very competitive. Rockport led by as many as 6 in set 1. Mound City actually closed the set with the final 3. Then in set 2, it was back and forth. Mound City pulls away late. Set 3, Mound City, Rockport never really trailed in that except one time at 10-9. They win at 26-24. Also of note, during that set, Mound City star Miranda Rieger left the game with an injury, never returned. Set 4, Rockport scored the first 3. Mound City eventually got comfortable. They led 15-9. Rockport ends the set with 16 of the next 22. They win at 25-21. Then in set 5, Mound City scores 4 of the first 5, and Rockport never could overcome that deficit. Mound City ends it with an Elena Gillenwater ace. Look forward to telling you all about this game later on tonight. KMAland.com. Mound City now 2-0 on the year. Rockport drops to 6-2. Both teams will head to the East Atchison tournament on Saturday. But again, Mound City a winner over Rockport tonight. Thanks for watching and listening. Saying so long for KMA Sports, I'm Trevor Mader. Have a great rest of your night.